Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to do another kind of fragrance house review, first impressions on a sample set. So, let me be prepared. A while ago, I won this set from my friend Holly, and I will have her channel linked down below. She is very knowledgeable about these type of fragrances, niche and indie, and all of the more challenging scents. I think a lot of these are going to be more challenging for me. And so she was doing a giveaway, and I won this discovery set, and actually I want to pass this discovery set along to someone at some point. I'm not that organized, so it's a, yeah, I need to do that kind of thing that I haven't. So the fragrances that I already reviewed and I talked about, I'm not going to talk about again. There are 4 in this second set that I got that were in both sets. So I pulled those out. This one, oh, the glue just gave out. Anyway, I have, there's 20 cents in here. I'm only going to do 16. And it says a selection of, that was very noisy. A selection of fragrances to delight the senses. This is as Joss, bleh. Why does that, it's so hard for me to say. I always want to add the H, and there's no H. It's ridiculous. She calls it Eldo, and I think that's a really good way to say it because I try to say it correctly, and it's going to be American. So, Etat Libre d'Orange, which I know is not quite right, but it's the best that I could practice because this sounds really weird when I say it out loud. It sounds like I'm making fun. So I'm going to play it really fast.
Etat Libre d'Orange.
Etat Libre d'Orange. I sound like very flat, but trying to like open in the soft palate. Not working for me. So just go with me. I'm going to try my American best to not butcher them or to sound like I'm making fun of them, because that's what I don't want to act like I'm making fun of them. I'm not going to open the other tin to show you the ones that I looked at because, my goodness, it smells like Secretions Magnifiques, and it makes me want to gag just a little bit every time I open that tin. So leaving that tin shut, I would open it, try to like look at one of the fragrances and then look at this, see if it was there. And that's how I did it. I was like open, close, open, close, open, put your shirt over your nose kind of thing. That's a challenging set. It's a very challenging set. What I would like to do is the fragrances that I might keep some of them, but I kind of want to pass this along to somebody else who would like them. So I'm going to leave these ones that I have already talked about out of the packaging, and they'll be unsprayed. So I have Jasmin et Cigarette, Remarkable People. We have Experimentum. There you go. Crucis. And I had a fragrance trial size of that. And then like this is the 4th one. So those I'm not going to talk about because I've already talked about those. If you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. I don't usually talk this much at the beginning, but wanted to set things up. And let me know if you've tried any of these, what your favorite from this house is. I find them interesting. I just don't know if they're me. Like, I don't think I'm cool enough to pull them off or confident enough to pull them off. I tend to, as Shaughnessy said the other day, smell like a stripper. I like the sweet scents. And I was like, oh, cool. I guess I like to smell like a stripper because I like the fruity, sweet type of a scents. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave me a comment down below. There you go. We're going to start with the first one, which is the Marquis de Sade, which that's a fun person to base a scent after. Okay, so apparently this is the Attiquer Le Soleil by the Marquis de Sade, and it is by Quentin Bish. In case you want to know, it's from 2016. And the only thing that's listed is labdanum. At first I was like, oh, that's pleasant. It's very sweet. And then I was like, no, that's it's kind of a heavy floral, but I'm also getting like a smokiness. Yeah, I'm getting smokiness, kind of like burning flowers almost. Not my favorite. Yeah, not my favorite on that one. Let's see how we do with this next one, which is La Fin du Monde. This is also a Quentin Biche. I'm not really sure what I'm getting from this one. It's very light. It almost gives me kind of like a paper type scent. It's not strong at all. I'm going to spray this one again. Got some on my hand. Yeah, I'm not really... So there's supposed to be a lot of notes with this one. Popcorn, gunpowder, carrot seeds, iris, sesame, styrax, black pepper, ambrette, cumin, sandalwood, vetiver, and freesia. I would say maybe the iris and the gunpowder, because it's very powdery. Maybe carrot seed. It smells, kind of reminds me of fresh vanilla blossoms from Bath and Body Works. It was just a very light type of a scent. It's powdery, but also papery. It's not one I'd want to wear by any means. That's a little, it's an anomaly. There we go. All right, we have Reen, which is also intense incense. Oh goodness, that means that I will not want to wear this on my skin, because my skin chemistry loves to pull out super woody or incensey notes. This is by Antoine Lie, L-I-E. Yeah, this one is very intense. So our notes are leather, incense, aldehydes, styrax, patchouli, oak moss, labdanum, amber, iris, cumin, black pepper, and rose. It's weird because I'm getting like the strong from the leather and the incense, but it also kind of reminds me of Chanel No. 5 with the aldehydes there. Like, it's a weird mix together. So like the aldehydes are kind of lightening it and making it feel more old-fashioned. But I'm also getting a little bit of the leather. I feel like I'm getting more of the aldehydes right now. Yeah, if you were trying to like take Chanel No. 5 and make it more masculine, I feel like this is what you get with that one. Little too much for me, which is really funny. We've gone like really strong, not strong, really strong. All right, let's see what this one we have is You or Someone Like You. We'll just do one spray, see how it goes. Oh, this has like mint in it. So the perfumer is Caroline Sabas. Mint, grapefruit, bergamot, anise, green notes, cassis, rose, hedonide, and white musk. This is pleasant. Not sure if I want to wear this. Maybe I could use this. This is going to sound terrible. More as like a pillow spray, because it's kind of comforting and almost smells like, you know, when you make yourself a cup of peppermint tea, or if you find a peppermint plant and you just chew on the peppermint leaves straight from the plant. My aunt used to have wild peppermint, and we would do that all the time, my cousin and I. And it kind of reminds me of that with like a hint of citrus, just a little hint in there, but it smells like a fresh peppermint. It doesn't smell like the commercial peppermint. It smells like the peppermint plant itself. If you've ever smelled an actual peppermint plant or seen an actual peppermint plant. It's interesting. It's my favorite so far. My favorite so far is You or Someone Like You. The closest one to something I would wear. Okay, next up we have She Was an Anomaly. And let's give it a spray. It's not terrible. Not that it's terrible, but like it's not one that I find repulsive on me, like my nose. That sounds terrible too. You know what I mean? It's not one that I'm like, oh. It's like, So the perfumer on this one is Daniela Andreer. And our notes are green tangerine, vanilla orchid, incense, plum, musk, sandalwood, and amber. We're going to spray this one again because I don't feel like I'm getting an awful lot from this one. I kind of want to sneeze it at the moment, but am I actually picking up a lot of good notes? Not exactly. We're going to cleanse the palette really fast. Yeah, there's like a light citrus note. It's okay. I don't think like was an anomaly. I feel like would make it special, something unique, and I don't really get that. I know I'm panning all of these. I feel very terrible right at the moment, but there we go. Eau de Protection. Let's try what this one is like. Okay, this one is much stronger. It's funny, it's kind of like, it feels like a roller coaster up and down. So this one actually has two perfumers, Antoine Lee and Antoine Maisondieu. And our notes are bitter orange, black pepper, ginger, Turkish rose, jasmine, heliotrope, patchouli, benzoin, and tonka bean. And I'm getting like that citrus, maybe a little bit of the ginger. It's not like a super prominent, but I do get like that rose. It reminds me of, it's not quite a jammy rose, but there's like, it's a very strong citrus rose, if that makes sense. It's okay. I think it's a little strong for what I would personally want to wear in terms of like florals, but I think it might be an interesting departure from Delina if you like Delina or Rose Extas by Nina Ricci. I haven't smelled that one, but I've heard people talk about it. I think this has like some similarities, but is a little bit different. Maybe a little bit more, not quite mainstream, but I think it just pushes the needle a little bit. And I like this one. I'm getting a little bit more of the orange as it develops. So yeah, that one's kind of interesting. Yeah, not bad. I mean, there's a couple of them that are like, ooh, too much for me, but nothing is terrible, if that makes sense. Okay, non-leak Secretions Magnifiques. Oh boy. Fat Electrician is the next one. It says semi-modern vetiver. So this one was by Antoine Maisondieu. And the notes are vetiver, whipped cream, marron glacé, vanille, olive leaf, myrrh, and opanax. I think I'm getting the myrrh. I think that's what's kind of the strongest for me right off the bat. I don't really get vetiver. I feel like that gives me a lot of the time a little bit of a dry grassy smell. And I don't get that. I'm getting more of like a resinous, spicy quality as I poke myself in the nose. It definitely feels more masculine to my nose from what I would like. But it's kind of interesting, but not one I would wear. So far, nothing I would wear. One that I might use at night. I should also mention, I got this at Ipsy. It was one of the Ipsy add-ons or Ipsy deals, and it was, I want to say $19, something around there. So it was like $1 per sample, which I didn't think was bad in the packaging and everything. So that's how I got it. All right, we have Ghost in the Shell is next, which I feel like, isn't that like a movie or a comic book or something? I feel like that's a something. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't see that it has a perfumer listed from this, but our notes are aqua, yuzu, Helix Acetate, Jasmine Absolute, Mugain, Milky Skin Accord, Moss Accord, Vinyl Gallicol, and Orchinox. A lot of these have trademarks behind them, so I think that they are synthetic fragrances made up scents from Eldo. I definitely get the yuzu. It has a grapefruity type scent to it, which is why I was like, ooh, at first. A little bit of powderiness to it as well. I'm looking, yeah, a lot of these are like molecules. It's kind of interesting. I might give it a try on my skin. I don't know what sort of situation I would wear it in. Now as it's going, I'm getting more of a synthetic scent to it. I know vinyl is one of the notes, and I almost feel like I'm getting that a little bit more. It's also slightly giving me a headache. I'm getting a little bit of a headache from smelling it right in here, which is usually reserved for when I have a scent with lavender. That's where like I concentrate right in here. I start getting a headache when I smell lavender, which is why I avoid lavender scents. Okay, let's try this next one, which is Herman Mécotes, mais Parisient un ombre. Wow. That was a terrible pronunciation, I know. This one is Quentin Bish as well. We have quite a few notes on this one. That one is strong. Not my jam at all. Initial scent. So our notes are pepperwood, galbanum, blackcurrant, geosmin, never heard of that, rose oil, olibanum, ambroxan, patchouli, calypsone, and vetiver. I immediately get like the pepper and the rose is very strong. It's I like currant and I like rose, so I'm getting those, and it's like you've just overdosed on them. They've put so much in, and then there's the patchouli is in there as well, so it's just overwhelmingly strong to me. And it's not a sweet strong, which is where I normally tend to go to. Like today, my scent of the day is Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal by Night. It's one of my favorites. I want a backup bottle of it so bad because I've used about half of my bottle, and I'm like, But I'm getting a lot more like that pepperwood. I think it's a molecule note, and I'm getting that very strongly, like a very strong pepper note, and I think that's part of what's putting me off on this one. So that's a definite no for me. Then we have Exit the King, which I think is one of their more famous ones. So we'll give this one a spray. This one does not want to, there we go. Like that did not want to spray like at all. And we could put, because I skipped over one in the front row, we're going to put that one back. This one, I'm tasting it. That's fun. So this one has two fragrance perfumers. It has Cécile Mitton and Ralph Sweiger. Our notes are, that's why I'm getting soap, aldehydes, musk, pink pepper, timur, rose, jasmine, lily of the valley, moss, patchouli, ambroxan, and sandalwood. It does have a soapy quality to it. Like if it smells like really fancy, you know, when you were a kid and you would go visit, you know, a friend or family, and they had those really fancy soaps that you were never allowed to use, but you might like try to use it, and they were very perfumey but very soapy at the same time, very floral. That's what this smells kind of like. That's what I get from this, is like those fancy soaps that you never actually used growing up. Does anybody, I bought an entire container, and I haven't started using them, of soaps shaped like lemons because they were so cute, and I was like, I want to actually use them, but I haven't used them yet. They're just sitting in a giant jar. But this gives me like that, the florally ones. I know they did some that were fruity, but this is definitely like a floral fancy soap that's like shaped like a rose or something like that. That's what this one gives me. Okay, our next one is I Am Trash, and this one is another one that I feel like you kind of hear about here and there at least. This one was also Daniela and Andreer. We're going to get a little bit more on that strip. It's a little light, but I'm getting apples. Like straight off the bat, I'm getting apple, which is a nice apple. This is apple, Isoe Super, Akagala wood. I don't always love that on my skin. Rose, sandalwood, and Atlas cedar. The apple is very light, but I'm definitely getting the apple, and it's a beautiful apple. It's like a crisp, like you bit into a Granny Smith kind of really juicy apple. I know Granny Smiths aren't always juicy, but you know what I mean? Like there's that crispness to it. It's interesting. Am I afraid to wear this on my skin because I think all of the woody notes are going to come out? Yes. But it's not bad. I kind of like it. I love apple scents though, so that's part of the reason why. Like this is just a really nice apple scent. So I liked that one. Our last one in like the normal range is Tom of Finland. And then we have like the fancier ones that I can't remember what they're called. I'll tell you here in a second, but interesting. Let me grab the notes for this one. So this looks to be one of the older fragrances. This one came out in 2007. This is also by Antoine Lee. I don't think it's a lie. So we have aldehydes, Amalfi lemon, birch, pine tree, cypress, pepper, geranium, galbanum, suede, vanilla, iris, tonka, musk, vetiver, ambergris, and styrax. There's a lot going on in this one. And I'm getting the citrus right away. I'm getting the aldehydes too. There's like a airiness to it, kind of a brightness a little bit from those aldehydes I'm getting. It's not like the aldehydes that remind me of Chanel No. 5. Not like that first one with the aldehydes. It's pretty. I feel like the lemon right now is the most prominent, and we're going to get a lot of those other ones coming in as it goes. Yeah, I let it sit a little bit. It smells a little soapy. Not as soapy as the Exit the King. But there's like a little bit of soapiness to it. That lemon is still going in there, even though it's been a little bit of time. But that's Tom of Finland. It's an okay one. It's not great. It's not terrible. So these last four are called Orange Extraordinaire. So they're like the fancier ones, I want to say, or maybe they're stronger ones, however you want to think of it. We're going to start with Un Amourette, and we'll give this one a spray. So this one is also Daniela Andreer, and our notes on this one are neroli, cardamom, pink pepper, iris, patchouli, peach, akagala wood, vanilla absolute, and opanax. There we go. This one is strong, and I'm getting the patchouli and the akagala wood quite strongly. It feels dense. It's a strong. It's not. Sometimes patchouli is not super strong. I feel like this with the akagala wood kind of just make it smell overly woody, overly. Yeah, not a fan. We're done with that one for now. Ooh, that was strong. Not a fan. We have Soul of My Soul next. A little nervous because these ones are like the more complex ones, the little more unusual type of scents. This one also does not list a perfumer, but our notes are bergamot, pink pepper, incense, suede, orris, rose, Australian sandalwood, musk, Madagascar vanilla, benzoin, and tonka bean. I'm getting the leather too much. Ooh, the leather with the rose is not a combination that I enjoy personally to my nose. I'm not a leather fan at all. Like, I think I own one fragrance with leather in it, and I don't detect it when I'm wearing it, and that's Rebecca Minkoff, her original one. Anything else with leather, I just really don't like. Well, I guess I technically have La Petite Noire Robe Noir Black Perfecto. There we go. But I don't wear that one ever. It's just it's just for the flankers. It has settled down. It's not as sharp as it was originally. But it's not, I'm still smelling that leather, which makes it an immediate no for me. It's overwhelming, and for my nose, that's what I pick up the most. Anytime, like almost anytime there's leather, that's what I get the most, which is why I don't like leather that much. We have Spice Must Flow, which sounds a little bit I'm a little nervous about the spicy quality. This one also does not list a perfumer, which is interesting. This one's more pleasant. Our notes are cardamom, Turkish rose, ginger, and incense. I feel like I'm getting the rose and the ginger. I feel like if I wore this, I would not. I would get the incense much more. But the ginger is kind of lightening up the rose, so it feels, it's more of a jammy rose. So you have that jammy rose with ginger, so it just feels a little more enjoyable, I guess, than some other jammy roses. I don't always love jammy roses. So far, of the Extraordinaire line, this is my favorite. Probably will stay my favorite. Not a terrible one. One that I might try on my skin, but probably not, because it does have that incense, and I know incense really just radiates from my skin. 500 Years is the last one. This is the last one we have not talked about. Where is the sprayer? Let's see what this one entails. And once again, no perfumer listed for this one. The notes are bergamot, Turkish rose, cacao, and woody notes. I'm getting the woody notes a lot. It almost smells like an incense or something burning almost. I get kind of a burning quality with that rose. I'm not picking up on cacao. Maybe the cacao with the woody notes is what's giving me that more burning note. But no, not a fan. It smells like you have a fire and roses that are kind of like disintegrating, like decaying roses. That's what it is. Fire with decaying roses is what I got from that one. Okay, so that is all of them. That's 16 of the 20. Like I said, 4 of them I've already smelled and talked about. If I was to wear any of them, I think Exit the King might be one that I would potentially wear. I Am Trash is another one I would potentially wear. And then She Was an Anomaly. You Are Someone Like You, that mint. That was probably my favorite, was You Are Someone Like You, the mint. Then I Am Trash, then Exit the King. Actually, no, I think Spice of My Life. Or is that what it was called? Spice Must Flow. That one I probably liked a little bit more than Exit the King. But those would be like the 4 that I feel like are the most mainstream, the least experimental, if that makes sense. I still think they're kind of experimental. You know, mint, a very realistic mint is a little different. That should have been number 4, I think. Yeah, I'm still getting that fresh mint. Yeah, I really like that one. That's my favorite. So You Are Someone Like You is my favorite. Then we're going to go I Am Trash, because I like that apple. 500, no, not 500. Spice Must Flow, then Exit the King. Those are my 4 that I feel like if you are not looking for something out of the box, like super out of the box or experimental, you don't want to smell challenging. I know some people like to smell challenging. I am not that person. I am an introvert, so I like to kind of hide in myself, and I wear fragrance for me. So I don't want people to smell me and be like, oh, what is that? As much as I would like compliments, I'm like, I'm wearing it to make me happy, to uplift my spirit. So I feel like those are the 4 that might do that. I really want to hear your opinions, though. Please let me know if you've tried any of these, what your opinions are on them, what your favorite from the line is. If there are any that I haven't tried that you think I might like, I will tell you really quick what we're going to... We're going to try this. Woo! So we had Jasmin at cigarettes. We had something de Palaces. We had Secretions Magnifiques. We had Experimentum Crucis. We had something people like this and Dangerous Liaisons, I want to say. No, Dangerous Complicity. Those are the ones that I had already tested out. So if there's something else that I haven't tried, because I know they have a large house, let me know down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I hope I didn't offend anybody with my opinions. Fragrance is such a subjective thing. So everybody gets a little bit different notes when they smell it. It will perform differently on skin. So yeah, if you are interested in the company, I highly suggest getting the fragrance like this. Look for it on Ipsy. They've been doing a few of them here and there. So that's the best way to do it, I think. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.